Hello Aces and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. So today I'm going to show you how to build the Supermarine Spitfire Mk.I slash Mk.II, because I'll be showing you how to make it a Mk.II at the end of the tutorial. It's very easy. So this is probably one of the most famous fighter planes of World War II, along with its little rival competitor behind it, the German Messerschmitt 109, and also the American P-51, and if you want to count the bombers, the B-17, the Lancaster, all those really famous ones. And yes, those will all be coming up on my channel at some point, so stick around, stay tuned for that. And also, the Spitfire also fought with the Hawker Hurricane, which will be coming up in a later tutorial as well. So, it's a very easy build to do, and as you can see, there is not that much layers to it. So if you've been building my other fighter planes like that we built over here, it's very similar layout to those, especially if you built the Mitsubishi Zero. It's a very similar layout to it. But if you want to build it, here's what you're going to need. Black wool, buttons, nether brick slab, quartz slab, white wool, green wool, tripwire hook, red wool, glass, blue wool, yellow wool, block of iron, oak fence, and brown wool. And the brown wool is for the camouflage. Now, the way I'm going to do this tutorial, speaking of the camouflage, I'm going to actually build this thing all in green. And then at the very end of the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to put all the camouflage on. Now, I'm not going to put it on exactly how I have it. Obviously, you could do your own camouflage, and I'll just show you kind of like little of what you could do to kind of change, like to make different patterns on your planes and stuff. Now, obviously, before we go into the tutorial, there were many variants of the Spitfire made. There was, I think, at least 24 of them. So I will be building every single variant of the Spitfire. So this is the Mk.I, Mk.II. So the next time we'll probably build, I think there was a Mk.III, and then we'll build the Mk.IV. There's like tons of them. So I'm going to be building all of them on this channel. So stay tuned for that. And if you have any requests for future Spitfires, let me know. So let's go over dimensions really quickly. So it is a 2-to-1 scale, which means it's 2 times bigger than it would be in real life. However, in Minecraft, it is to scale. Kind of. Maybe. So it is 20 meters long, and that's from basically this black block here all the way to the very end of the tail. Well, the end of the rear of the fuselage, basically. It is 28 blocks wide. That's the entire width of the plane, from wingtip to wingtip. And it is 9 meters high from the ground to the tail. Now, obviously, the Spitfire would normally be, it's called a tail dragger. It would be sitting slanted, but because it can't do that in Minecraft, it has to be like this. So, anyways, let's go over here, and we will begin this tutorial. Okay, so to begin, you are going to build up 3 blocks like this, and then you're going to delete the last 2. This will be the bottom of the fuselage. This is going to be 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then you're going to place 2 slabs at the back. And then if you grab, oh, I forgot to mention, you will also be needing cobblestone walls. And we'll need that right now. You're going to place 1 cobblestone wall here, and then you're going to go make a backwards L shape. And then you're going to place a black block on this with some buttons on that. So that will create the tail wheel, which will eventually connect into the fuselage when we build it. So now what you're going to do is you're going to place, you're going to come to the back, and you're going to go 1, 2, and then on the second one you're going to have 4 slabs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to place blocks up until there's 2 blocks here. Actually 1 block, and then right here you're going to have a slab here. So basically, you're going to have 4 slabs here, and then you're going to have your blocks here until there's 1 kind of left, and then you're going to put a slab in here, so a slab in here, and then you're going to go skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're just going to drag your blocks connecting here. So there's kind of the underside of the fuselage for the Spitfire. So now what we will do is we will put in the wings. Now the propeller we're going to put in at the very end, and there is also a slab on the front there you'll have to place. We'll place that as soon as I talk about the propeller a little bit. We'll be placing the propeller in at the end, because it just makes it easier. So, coming right to the front, you're just going to add 1 slab here. And that's it. So now we'll get the wings. Okay, so to build the wings, now you can either use the blocks or the slabs if you want to. So I'm going to use the blocks because that's exactly how I built mine. So if you come right to this one here, you're going to skip this one. You're going to place one block here. This is going to go out 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, it's 11, but then your 2 is going to be a 12. Your 12th one here. And then you're going to come back in by 1, and then this one here is going to connect until it hits into there. And then you're going to add 2 extra blocks right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then you're going to have a 2. Then you're going to have a 1. And then this is going to connect just like this. So that's how it should look. Oh, and then you're just going to add your 2 blocks here. So that's how it should look. You could fill that in. Now, you could use slabs, but there is a few little issues if you use the slabs. This intake right here, you won't be able to place it because if I replace the slabs here, it's gonna kind of be floating, and you will have to double up the slabs. So I'm just not gonna. So I recommend building the blocks with this. So, but if you want to use slabs and you want to try something different or whatever, you can definitely use that. So you could just basically fill it in. Now, in terms of the wing detail, like this, the British roundel, and these are the airplane's machine guns. We'll place those in at the end because they're pretty easy to find anyway where they go. So, but anyway, so just fill this all up, and then we will get onto the landing gear and the intakes underneath, and then we can continue building up the fuselage. Okay, so this is what your wings should look like once you have filled them in. So, for the next part, which is building up the fuselage, you are going to place some blocks, and they connect right with this slab right here. And you're going to do that for the other side, and this is going to drag down until it's matched up with this block right here. And then right here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to have a 5 right here. So this is going to connect like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to build the engine of the Spitfire. 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to come out. This is where you're going to decide if you want the Mark 1, Mark 2. Now, according to some of the pictures that I've seen, the Mark 1 has just a black propeller, like the cowling or whatever, the propeller spinner thing, like, you know, the thing at the very front. And the Mark II has a white one, like that. So it's up to you what you want to do. I mean, there's more differences between them, but in terms of obviously their performance and everything. But in terms of their actual visuals, they look very, very similar. So if there's any differences between the two that I've not mentioned in the video, please let me know, because I would love to know. Yeah, so I'm just going to make the Mark 1, so you're going to place a black block here. Now, like I said earlier, we're going to be putting the propeller at the very end. So, and also, I should also mention, too, that we are going to put this camo in at the end, too. I'm going to show you how to do all that detail and everything after. Right now, we're just going to build the plane, and then we'll get the rest of it done. And actually, before I forget, I just remembered we do have to build underneath, so we'll do that next. Okay, so for the underneath section of the plane, what we're going to do is we're going to be doing the wheels first, and we're going to do the intakes at the after, because the intakes are, there's like 3 of them, and they're easy to find, but I'm just going to kind of divide the parts of how to do them, because I got to figure out about what to do, like how to do them and stuff, like to explain it as easy as I can. So, but anyways, we're going to do the landing gear. So you're going to come right to this block here. This is going to touch the ground, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on your 5th one right here, and then you're going to go 1, 2, and then on your 3rd one is where your wheel's going to go, and then you can just place a cobblestone wall. And then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. You're going to go 1, 2, and then you're going to have another wheel here. Now, the Spitfire obviously would, like, due to the size of the plane, the wheels are slightly lower. I think the Spitfire's landing gear, well, it's not that tall, but it is tall enough, though. I mean, if the plane was angled in real life, obviously this landing gear would be a lot taller, and this wheel would be touching the ground. So, but, you know, it's just the way that I can make it. Minecraft does have a lot of limitations when it comes to some of the stuff, so Yeah. So you just have to work. You just have to kind of work with it. Now, if you do want to place gear covers, you could place some white wool and with a slab like this. This will make your gear covers, but you don't have to have them. I did not put them on mine. But yeah. So and also too, if you do use slabs for the wings, you're gonna just have to place a slab and double that up to place the cobblestone wall to attach it. So. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place some buttons on each of these, just on the inside part, not on the outside, because if you do have your gear covering, it's going to look like this. And just for some extra little details, if you want to put some little rims inside of it, you can just place an item frame around the buttons like that. So it's up to you what you want to do there, but so now we're going to go place the intakes underneath the plane. Okay, so to find the intakes, what you're going to do is you're going to come right to the front, and it's going to go 1, 2, and then on the third one, you're going to place a nether brick slab here, and then you're going to place a quartz slab right here. So right on the back here, where you have your wheel on the right side of the plane, you are going to go back by 1. You're going to place another one here, nether brick with a quartz slab. So for the third one, this one is the one I think I mentioned at the beginning that I wanted to talk about this one, like in order of how to do it. Because as you can see, there's not supposed to be a hole through it, but there is supposed to be a kind of a, obviously nether brick, but look, I'm trying to click it, I can't get it in. So I'm going to show you 2 ways of how to do it. This way kind of looks better, but I'm going to show you in a way if you do want the intake, you can, I'm going to show you how to do that. So you're going to grab your quartz slabs. Right in line with this wheel, you're going to go 1, 2. And then this is, you're going to have to, actually the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to double the slabs and make a pattern like this. So you're going to have to place, until you have your double slabs. And then you're just going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2. So this is kind of the first way to do the intake, so like that's how I did mine. But if you don't like the giant hole through this and you actually want to fill it in with something, especially if your plane's on the ground, this is not that noticeable, but you can place another brick slab and then just double it up like this. So then it looks more like that. Which obviously does look better because, you know, it actually is enclosed. Which I'm going to keep it like that. But if you want the other way, if you want it to look a little maybe cleaner, you can have it just like this. Except you just have this giant hole through the middle. So, but I'm going to keep it like this. I mean, yes, you could work and you could probably add another slab here or whatever, but it's up to you what you want to do with that. Again, like this, I'm just showing you how to build kind of the stock build, and then you guys could do whatever you want to it afterwards. If you want to add more details or whatever, you can. So, but that's how I'm going to do mine. So now, we're going to get up to the rest of the fuselage. Okay, so for the next part, you are going to come right to the front. This part's very, very easy. You're just going to place 1 block on top of that. This is going to go all the way down until the very end right here. And then right here, and then you're just going to place an extra block into here. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 is going to be that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it should be 4. Should be 1 more. And then right here, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And this is going to be dragged all the way to the back. And you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5. And then you're going to just drag it back like this. And then you're just going to fill this in. And there you go. So there's kind of your ailerons. So you got your wings and ailerons on now. And then you're going to close this up. And you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe it's 6. I'm just counting to where we put the cockpit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's 5. So one more. So right here is where you're going to fill in 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be, and you're going to place 1 black block here. So this is where your cockpit's going to be. And then you are just going to build 1 up here, and this is going to connect to the back like that. And this will get ready for the tail. So we're going to detail the cockpit at the end. But what you are going to do then is place in some glass. So, but actually, you know what? We'll just do the cockpit right now. And I'm just going to go check it before I do anything. Okay, so actually, how it is you're going to delete this black block. You're going to put a green block right here, and then a black block here for the instrument panel. So, I think we have our cockpit materials. No, we don't actually. So, if you want to do your cockpit, you can grab any sort of, I'm going to use spruce wood stairs, but you can grab any sort of stair and place your seat in. And then you're going to grab some item frames. You're going to grab some levers. So you're going to put an item frame in here, in the 3 little spaces there. You're going to put a button here just for some random controls. This is going to be your throttle lever, so when you place a lever in here. And then you can either use a compass or a clock for kind of that artificial horizon thing, like, you know, like the thing where it, when your plane turns, it turns with you. I'm not actually sure if they had that in the Second World War, but I just placed them in there just for, like, so you can know, like, navigation tools kind of thing. So there, and then just place an end rod for your stick. So, and then you're just going to place glass over that. So there you go. So there's your cockpit. And also, for some other little details, if you grab your tripwire hook, we're going to do the exhaust pipes. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Right here. And 1, 2, 3. Now, the nose cone of the Spitfire is slightly squared on the Mark I versions and stuff. So, and the Mark I, Mark II. It's a little, well, in real life, it kind of rounds off a little bit, but it also looks kind of square, so I just kept it like this and everything. So, and obviously the Spitfire used the Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, which make a very beautiful sound. I've seen the Spitfires fly in real life. They're very, very incredible planes to see and to hear. So, yeah, they're one of my favorite planes of World War II. But yeah, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the rudder and just the propeller, and that actually will finish the plane. Then we'll just get on to the details. Okay, so before we get started on the tail, there's actually 2 slabs I forgot to place. You're going to place them right here. And then you're also going to place 2 slabs here. And if I look around, I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting any extra slabs. No, that seems good. So yeah, just place your 2 slabs on there. It's really easy. Just go to the back and 2 slabs there. They should align with this one. But I might actually change it and put 1 more block here just to make it more, yeah. Just to make it a little bit more, like, so it's not, like, directly in line with it. So, but there we go. So for the tail now, the rudder, you're just going to go 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 3. Now, this tail may look a little big on the Spitfire. If you want to shrink it, you can. But I want it to be big enough to fit this, the British kind of flag thing on the, like what you find on the back of, like, British Air Force planes. They have like a red, blue, and white. But if you don't really care about that, you can always shrink it and make it look more like this. And I suppose if you really did want to fit it, you also could, if I just grab my blue and red, right here, you could place some blue here, some white on here, and red here. Actually, I suppose that works, and it's actually a bit better in size. This one looks a little too big, so I would recommend actually doing that. I might actually do that on mine after. So, and just to finish up the plane, you're going to place your propellers in. Now, one thing is the Spitfire Mark I and basically most of the other versions until around 1944 had a 3-bladed propeller. Now, obviously, I've talked about this in my Zero tutorial, that 3-bladed propellers are very hard to do in Minecraft, so that's why it has a 4-bladed propeller. But when we get to the 4-bladed Spitfires, then it will make a lot more sense with them. But then there's some of them that have 6 propellers, which is going to be another very hard challenge for me to do. So we'll talk about that one later on. But yeah, so just to finish up your little props, you're just going to place some yellow. So put some yellow wool blocks just like that. So there you go. So there is your Spitfire. And it kind of looks very bare without all the details. But that is the next part. We're going to detail and put some camo and make it look really nice. Okay, so for the details. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to place this British roundel, and we're also going to place in where the 7.7mm machine guns will go. And then we'll just decorate all the fuselage, and I'll show you how to put the camo on. So for the British roundels, you're just going to go to your tip of the wing, you're going to count back 2, and it's going to be right here on the third one. So you're going to go, and then you're just going to cut a little circle like this, and you're going to fill this in with blue. And then right in the middle, you're going to have red. Now, if you are building this using slabs, you're going to have to place carpets. But it works the same way. And then, kind of diagonal to this, you're going to place a red block here, and you're going to skip one and have another red block here. And then you're just going to have some buttons on it. Now, the Spitfire does have a little bit more guns as well. You could place probably another one here as well, if you wanted like, a little bit more, because Spitfire, I believe, had 7.7mm machine guns, but yeah, but because, you know, they would be extremely tiny. You probably actually could place, if you place a button here, and maybe another one right here, these could possibly be your other machine guns, if you wanted to do that. But I just kept with 4 of them, so. Anyways, we'll do the same thing on the other side. And then you're going to cut out your 3 like this, and then you're going to, remember it's 2 back from the wingtip, and then you're going to place a red in there. And then you're just going to do the same thing here. You're going to skip 1, and you're going to place your buttons. And again, if you want your extra guns, you can place one maybe like right here and right there, or I had it like this. It's up to you what you want to do. So now, for a bit of fuselage detail, for this white stripe, you're going to come right here. You're going to place a 1 here, 1 block, and you're just going to make a, you're going to cut out this pattern here, and you're just going to replace the green blocks with white, just like that. So now, for the camouflage. Now, I'm not going to show you specifically where I put this camo. I mean, you can literally decorate this plane however you want, but I'm just going to kind of show you the basics of how to do it. So you will need to take these off, these exhausts off. We'll put them back on after, because, I mean, they're going to, as you noticed when I deleted the block, they're going to pop off anyway. So you might as well just take these off. What you could do is, you know, you can have some camo like this, and you could basically just like rip down sections of the plane of the green and just replace it with the brown like this, and maybe, you know, place one here, and then you can put your exhaust pipes back on like that. And then for the wings, you know, you can add like some camouflage like this by deleting just sections of the wing. Now, if you actually have a model of the Spitfire, which is actually what I based this one off, I based this one off a model that I built. You can use this. You could replicate the same camo pattern on it. So, or you can obviously just look at pictures of the Spitfire, and if you have a nice camo scheme you want to make for it, you can do that. So it puts a little bit of camo on this wing. Now, I'm not showing you specifically what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like tearing random sections out of the wing to make the camouflage, because you can literally do whatever camo pattern you want and everything, and you know, and we can put a little bit over here. So yeah, it's up to you what you want to do with the camouflage. You can come up with your own little patterns. Oh, but also, if you want to place your little British roundel on here, you can place a blue block in there and a blue block in there. Now, this is the British roundel on the side. Obviously, it would be blue, white, and a red dot in the middle. Some of them also have yellow around it, but because that would be way too large to do in Minecraft, I only placed a little blue thing. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the Spitfire tutorial. Okay guys, that finishes this tutorial on the Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1/Mark 2. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel to see more of these cool awesome builds, and if you have any build requests of what you would like to see next, let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you guys on the 109 tutorial, which is the next one, later.